Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I have here today the lovely Jan. So, welcome, Jan. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Luna. Hello. Well, it's uh, it's pretty awkward and funny to hear someone with an English mother tongue pronouncing my name. It's like Ian or Jan, but here it's just Jan, and they
Jan.
always say Jan. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah.
Okay, so let's begin with where you're based, how old you are, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm 46 years old. I'm living in Antwerp, Belgium, and I'm 6 years a vegan. And I consider myself to be your average vegan. Nothing special, bit of activism, no entrepreneurship, but just your average vegan in the streets. Um, what is there to say?
What do you do for a job?
Oh,
What are your
that's a good one.
interests?
That's a good one. I worked like 10 years with people with autism. And afterwards, then I moved to work for 10 years plus as a mental health worker. And currently I do work with people with, how do you say it in English? Acquired brain injury.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you for your work.
Yeah.
And do you have what are your interests or any hobbies?
I do like music very much. I do not play myself music. I do not play music myself, but for some 10 years, not currently, but I'm trying to pick it up again. I was writing about music, new albums, concert reviews, interviews, more at at the side of goth, avant-garde, that kind of stuff.
Oh, fabulous. Very interesting.
I hope so.
Yeah. So let's move on to talk about your actual vegan journey. So you said you've been vegan for 6 years.
Yeah.
So what was it that inspired you to go vegan in the first place? Tell us a little bit about your lifestyle beforehand.
Well, to be honestly, it was love. First, I was divorced. Then I was a vegetarian because that was something I did before my marriage. For some kind of stupid reason I can't comprehend now. I turned omni when I got into that relationship, but it wasn't a good relationship. There was one of the red flags. It was not a good relationship.
Oh no.
So as soon as I was divorced, I went to vegetarian again because I felt that was close to my ethical beliefs. Well, no, wrong. Because at a certain moment, I met a vegan woman, and I was like struck by lightning. It was love over the moon. Um, Never felt that way, and that made me interested in what it was all about. And then I learned that my vegetarian way of living was not so in line with my ethical point of view. So I learned to adjust to get to veganism. Um, and by looking up on the internet all by myself, reading what I could find, asking questions about to the vegans I knew. And so I shifted towards veganism, and at a certain point I decided that, well, from this day on, I go vegan. No excuses anymore.
Oh, amazing. So are you still
No, not amazing. It took me fucking too long.
but it's amazing that you got there and you stick to it now, that you're living in
Well,
alignment.
you can beep it out, you can beep it out, yeah? Okay,
Awesome. So
sorry.
when you turned vegan, was there anything that you found hard to give up?
Um, to give up. Mm. Some would obviously say cheese, but not so. Not so. I didn't miss cheese very much, but one of the things that I missed the most, you know,
Yep.
croissants. You do it. You have also this other breakfast and lunch bakery. And I do not know how they call it in English. It's called in Dutch koffiekoeken or boterkoeken. And it's some kind of bakery, and you can put they do raisins on it, or they put chocolate in it, or chocolate on top of it, or icing, or pudding or cream inside of it. It's delicious.
Oh, I think you might be
I
talking about eclairs.
No.
No?
Think about eclairs, but a wide range of varieties.
Oh,
It's
okay.
amazing.
It sounds good.
It sounds very good, and because it was so good and I loved it so much, that was the main thing that I do miss the most. So I was over the moon to live in Antwerp and find out that they were actually vegan businesses that were giving those. They had this on their menu, and there was also a vegan bakery shop at a rail station. A railway station that was selling those things vegan. So this was amazing to find that out.
Wow, yeah, that is
Yeah.
amazing. That's one of the things I find like hard, because before I was vegan,
Yeah,
I used to love things like eclairs and things that are stuffed with cream and all that kind of stuff.
of
And
course.
I actually still
That's a
haven't
sensible
found
thing
it.
to do.
Yeah.
Too good.
But I haven't found a replacement as a vegan yet. But I'm sure
Not
that
yet.
one day that
Oh,
I will come across it. I'm determined.
I feel your problem. I feel it deep inside. I've been there. It hurts. I know.
But at least I still have donuts, so it's okay. I found donuts, so that fills the spot. So it's all
Yeah.
good. So is there anything now that you miss that you haven't found as a vegan?
Huh. Jokingly and not jokingly, common sense with other people sometimes. Yeah, really, because you know so many people. You have friends, family, colleagues, whatever, and you used to think about them as sensible, intelligent people, and they still are, except when it turns about veganism or sometimes even climate change or whatever. Then you have something like, I know you are intelligent. Why are you not starting to think in this? It doesn't have to be a discussion, but when you have a conversation, suddenly people stop to think and begin to use these I do you say it in English, these pros, these
Excuses.
yes, and on when it is about other things, they can think deeply, and you have a deep conversation, and they can change your point of view, seeing different angles. But when it comes to veganism, apparently people's way of eating, which is a part of veganism, of course, is so intimate that they are doing like everything to fend it off to criticize themselves about that, or to get really defensive when you start to criticize some of the things that they still do. And it's like, yeah, people have learned to choose the easy option when it comes to that, because they are told several things about animal farming, about the way we perceive animals from an early age, from when they were a child, that that is difficult to stop believing them.
Yeah, of course.
And the only thing that you have to do is question the things that you were learned from an early age. And if you can do this on different things, why not on that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that's difficult
Yeah,
to open up to. And I totally get, there's been so much brainwashing, I guess, around it.
yeah,
It's very easy to ignore the facts, and a lot of people, they don't want to look at what happens behind the
mhm,
scenes because it is traumatic.
yeah,
So it takes, I think, a certain kind of person to be able to just go ahead and do that, so that then they can be further enlightened, and then explore veganism, because you've got to be a very, in my opinion, strong person to be able to do that. And I think a lot of people, it's scary, so it's too frightening to put yourself in that position. So I do get why there's so much dissociation towards it, because it's been normalized, isn't it? Like, eating
yeah,
animals, and it's normalized. So yeah, so that's why I have so much respect for people that are willing to listen, especially those that are willing to act on it as well.
yeah. That's a step further. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to the
Ah,
next question. So how would you say that veganism has personally impacted your life?
well, huh, how to put that correctly? Um, Veganism is well, it affects all of your life now. It affects your way of clothing. It affects your way of eating. It affects the way you look at things. It affects the way you feel things. When you see something happening to an animal or even to another human being, some people can go just pass by, don't pay mind to it because it's an animal, whatever, and it's not my animal anyway. But as a vegan, you are directly um, it speaks directly to you when you see it happen, while other people would ignore it, and not just on animals but also on other human beings. I noticed it affects what you have for cleaning products, for when you are into makeup, the makeup that you have, um, which kind of stores that you go for certain products. Um yeah, it's yeah, you just can't deny it, what a deeper impact it has. It's difficult to pick out one of them because it's kind of an overall influence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's fair. So going back to food,
yeah.
what is something that you absolutely love to eat as a vegan? What is your
Oh,
favorite thing?
pasta saves my ass every time. I do love pasta.
Brilliant.
There
Awesome.
are so different ways to make a good pasta, and the Italians can do it brilliantly, with just like 4 or 5 ingredients, and yeah, you can make it as tough or as easy as you want. But pasta is always okay. It's always okay.
So what are your 5 top ingredients for a pasta dish?
Oh, that's easy because my favorite dish only has 5, I think. Um, oh, but it's difficult to say it in English.
Right, okay.
Damn, there I got myself. So first you have the pasta. We do not count the pasta with it, eh? No, we
No,
do not count the pasta in it. But
no, no.
I used to make this one with penne pasta,
Yep,
and then you have the passata, the tomato sauce,
yep.
just the passata, oregano, dry oregano, black olives, and then you have, yeah, in Dutch we say kappertjes, but I do not know how it is in English. It's like those really small, spicy. They keep in a jar in their own water.
Oh, capers.
Yeah, yeah, that one's brilliant. Um, and I and onion, of course, onion for to do the first baking because before you add the rest of it. And then they used to make that kind of pasta puttanesca with ancho. But they, as vegan, of course, you leave the ancho fish out of it, and
Yeah.
you can replace it with nori, nori beads, seaweeds,
Oh,
the, the
okay.
the
I know what
thing
you
that they
mean.
use for sushi.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you can snip it into really tiny compartments, and you can add it to the sauce, and then you have a really fine pasta puttanesca.
Mm. I'll definitely be checking that out. So thanks for sharing.
You can eat it warm, and you can do it in the fridge to take it to next day's potluck, wherever. It's always good.
Oh, brilliant.
That's my
Yeah, awesome.
favorite
Thank
for
you.
6 years
I'll
already.
definitely try it out
Yeah.
for sure. So I know you mentioned that you have been involved in activism. Tell us more about your activism
Well,
experience.
I am involved in vegan activism as a co-worker, but not as an organizer or not as some kind of key person. But I like to help out on cubes, being it on anonymous for the voiceless, being it for another organization, because that's how we do it in Belgium.
Yep.
I will come to this later. I also help out with events of Bite Back. Bite Back is you don't know Bite Back.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
It's from Belgium, and currently the last 6 years or last 6 years? No, could be 8 years already. They are also working in the Netherlands, and Bite Back is some kind of animal rights organization that is also doing reach out on the streets, giving giving readings at community centers, at schools, wherever they are, wherever they are asked to talk about veganism.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and the people from my back are really cuties. They do such amazing job, and they know their stuff so well. It's a pleasure to work with them.
Oh, that sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll look them up.
Yeah,
For
bite
sure.
back, and then with a shouting.
An explanation mark.
My English is so bad. I'm so sorry.
It's not. You're doing a good job.
Okay, I hope so.
You are.
Yeah. I like to go back to the cubes because I mentioned Anonymous for the Voiceless,
Yep.
but there are also other organizations in Belgium or in Flanders that are doing the same.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of a trick that we do, because in certain cities like Antwerp or Ghent, we are allowed to do a cube with Anonymous or an organization only several times of the year with the same organization. So we hacked the concept, and a guy I did and some girls I know, a guy I know and some girls I know did organize it under a different name with the same material, because they know all each other, and so they can do more cubes in the same city in 1 year. They just use another name, and the organizer is another person, but they switch gears, and so you can maintain the vegan outreach further. You can do more cubes in 1 year.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because I haven't done the cube yet. It's something I was just about to do before lockdown hit. So I didn't know that you were only allowed to do it a certain amount of times a year. So that's
I'm
good
sure
to
you're
know.
gonna do. I'm sure you're gonna do.
But I found another in my local community. There's another outreach program which I haven't looked into yet. I haven't joined it yet, but they do similar, but they do a diamond instead of a cube.
Oh,
So yeah, but it's the same principle pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. It's good to know.
May I say something to the people who are doing cubes?
Absolutely.
Looking at the camera anyway. Something that you should take advantage of is people speaking different languages in your group. Like in Antwerp. Antwerp is a city where there are a lot of languages, even more than New York. Wow, it's true, but wow. When you have people who speak besides English, who speak Dutch or French or German or Spanish or Portuguese or Arabic or Turkish or whatever, use advantage of your knowledge of languages. Because
good advice.
sometimes people are standing in the cube and other people who are speaking only 2 languages are doing all the outreach. And when you have Brazilian tourists, then it is handy to have something who can speak Portuguese, or when you have people who speak Spanish and who come to watch your footage, then it's good that you can help these people out in their own language.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's good, very good point. Thank you for raising that.
And then there was another point, which I am forgotten by now. Okay, over to next.
So we're on to our last piece of our last question, which is, it follows on nicely from what you've just done, actually. So what is one piece of advice that you would give to somebody that's looking into veganism?
One piece?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. One piece?
The top one.
What are you doing to me? Come on. After 6 years, you have to pick one piece.
You can do, I'll let you do a couple.
Okay, stand your grounds. Stand your grounds. People are going to talk shit to you. Beep, you can do it, you know. People are going to question you. Some people even are going to try to harass you. People are going to make you feel small. Stand your ground. Don't snipe back. Try to be humble, the most humble that you can, but do not take shit, but stand your ground. Don't get intimidated. They're going to do this anyway. Is it in a cube with outreach? Is it a friend of a friend? Is it colleagues? They're always going to try to make a laughing stock out of veganism. They're always going to try to question your beliefs. They're always going to try to make it look like hypocrites. A hypocrite thing to do, veganism. Know your stuff is a second one, because sometimes at outreach or sometimes at online discussions, you can see vegans who are plucking facts out of the air, and scientifically they have no ground to stand on. Don't do that. Don't be that kind of vegan. Know your stuff. Because when they find a hole in your argumentation, they're going to point a finger to that hole and keep on pushing to make it sound that you are you have the weakest arguments. So know your shit. Well, oh fuck. Oh.
It's okay. Swearing is
too,
fine on my channel. Okay. It's all good.
God. I know my net here. Oh God. So we have about we were talking about knowledge and false knowledge. Know your stuff again. And when people ask you, how does it come that you know so much about it? Well, the perfect answer is, well, because you people keep on asking me, so I have to look it up. I'm doing your homework. Be glad. And it is true, as soon as you turn into a vegan, you turn into some kind like of vegan encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah. You try not to, but eventually you have no choice. because people keep asking you stuff because you are the only vegan they know, and you're the only vegan available. So you have to give answers to all of their questions. And my God, a fool can ask more questions than a wise man do know. Well, they say, no?
Yeah, no, it's so true. It is so
It's
true.
so true.
Definitely.
People will keep on asking, but know your stuff. And if you do not know your stuff, just say, I do not know yet.
Yes. Brilliant. That's some good advice.
It's better than plucking things out of the air.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. Right, so
Yeah.
that's it for our interview. Thank you so much for allowing me to
Can I
interview
do
you.
just one more thing?
Yes.
We were talking that I was into music, and I did review music from time to time. Some time ago. Sometimes people wonder which people are vegan or which artists are vegan, and we all know Bryan Adams is a vegan. Among other people like Billie Eilish is a vegan. Blah blah blah. But at the more alternative spectrum and a more from my point of view, more interesting sounds. Some vegan artists are like in the UK you have Evie Vine. Evie Vine, like a vineyard, Evie Vine.
Yep.
She's a vegan, and when she's doing some kind of dreamy, darkly rock, goth rock. It's not really goth. It's not really goth. It's not really rock. It's some kind of intense, dreamy stuff. And when she is doing gigs, she's sometimes between two tracks, she's starting to give not like some kind of speech, or she is sharing opinions or sharing thoughts, and asking people to be more kind to each other and to live more kindly into the world. And
Oh, sounds amazing.
yeah, and also she makes statements about veganism on her Facebook page and things like that.
Oh, brilliant.
And is it not for her point of views and her opinions? The music is certainly, Evie Vine, certainly a reason to look out for her music on YouTube or Bandcamp or anyway. And then you have more electronic dancey stuff, also a little bit darker, but really good. It's a Frenchy duo from from Toulouse in France. They're called Potoshkin. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Well, I was going to, because I know you would ask. You have P-O-T-O-C-H-O. P-O-T-O-C-H K-I-N-E.
Right, okay, cool.
Potoshkin.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they are also vegans for the last couple of years, I think, and their music is kind of a revelation. Yeah, you just,
Awesome. Yeah, I like the little
just
add-on. That was good. Thanks.
yeah. Okay,
Different
and
take on
thank you
it.
for your talk and for your time, because and thank you for the fact that you are doing this channel.
Oh, thank you.
Really,
It's my pleasure.
really, yeah. It's I think it will help people to see how diverse the group is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Well, it's a good plan. Stick to that.
Thank you.
wish
I shall.
very much luck.
Thank you very much. So
Okay.
for anyone watching that would like to get in touch with you, how can people reach you?
Well, I never thought about that one.
So any social medias or your email address?
I have a Facebook page, GD Eno, like Brian Eno, but GD. And I have Instagram, A.G.Dano, D-A-N-O, and that's about it, I guess.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll add that in the little subscription. What's the word?
Yeah.
Description. That's the word.
I think it
in the
might only
video.
be interesting for people interested in veganism and music. So,
Well, there you go. Hopefully you'll find some new friends and some more Belgian people to connect with.
oh, we have a very good scene in Belgium.
Yes, I've heard it's
I'm glad for that. Yeah, the
good.
Belgian scene is ace, really.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah,
again, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and
yeah.
I've enjoyed hearing your stories.
And thank you, and good luck with your vegan journey.
Thank you very
I hope you
much.
find that special bakery. We
Yes,
all we all have
yes.
to miss.
Yeah, if you're watching and you live in southeast England up to London and you know of any, please tell me and I will be sure to go visit.
That's the way to go.
Absolutely. So guys watching, thank you again so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this talk and hopefully we shall see you again. Bye bye.
Bye.
Much love, everyone.